Today we are joined by Mr. James Wilson. James, how's it going?
Yeah, good, Andrew. Thanks. Yourself?
I'm doing well. So James has been a client on the programme for around 2.5, 3 months now, coming up to end of November you joined, James, was it?
Yeah, end of November.
Perfect. Now, how's that? Let's kind of just touch on, obviously, what people are wanting to know is, what's been the overall experience like so far?
Yeah, it's brilliant, to be honest with you. You get to eat normal food. You're not on a rabbit food diet, eating spinach that's coming out of your ears.
Yeah.
So the meal plan works out really well. The exercise routines don't take up massive amounts of your time.
Yeah.
I think having to check in, like I said, to have the daily habits as well that we've got at the minute are brilliant because it keeps you focused, but in a way that you're achieving something. It's not a chore as it has been in the past.
100%. So James touched on something there that I certainly harp on a lot about: flexible nutrition, the metabolic activation workouts that are hard hitting and intense, and ticking the daily habits. Like, those are the three pillars of what we do. You enjoy the plan, you find something you can stick to and that is actually enjoyable. Workouts are hard hitting, effective, they're short, they're not taking up hours of your day, and the habits, of course, we build in over time. Now, James, I know you tried previous coaches and maybe past diet methods and things like that. What do you think sets this apart from something like, I know you tried Slimming World or even previous PTs. What do you think separates this program from previous approaches that didn't work out as well?
I think the one with the Slimming World one was one where you can stick for it to so long, but as soon as you come off it, that's it.
Yeah.
In all fairness, I didn't do any kind of physical activity, real or exercise alongside that. So although I was losing the weight, and I was feeling good, to be honest with you, it was one of those that as soon as, if you don't sustain it, it's just gone. It's gone. Other PTs, again, it's a case of getting somebody who's interested. At the end of the day, I'm not the guy who is bound with muscles and wants to talk about how big his muscles are at the end of the day. And what I was finding with PTs is, unless you were of that way, or to be honest with you, and not being sexist, you were a young girl, the PTs in the gym didn't want to know.
Yeah.
They do the quick half-hour session with you, but after that, that's it. The difference with this plan is that I know that I've got coaches on there, and if I want to drop a message to a coach, I can drop a message to a coach and I'll get an answer back the same day. If I'm struggling with something, we can look at it. And, even down to some of the workouts weren't working for me because they were impacting on my joints a little bit too much. So we switched it around. It was a case of one message, switch it, right, no problem, let's look at it this way. And I think that's the good thing, is it's so flexible and it caters to an individual rather than being I would say rather than being one suits all.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what it's all about. It's finding the approach that works for you. That's what we're here to do at the end of the day. You obviously mentioned working with a coach. Now, not everyone who comes onto the programme knows that there is other coaches within the team here. What has your experience been like working with Jordan, who has been your kind of main point of contact on the programme?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Obviously, Jordan checks in with me a couple of times a week. If I've got a question regarding, to be honest with you, I messaged him last night when I was doing my food prep, to be honest with you, because I was unsure about one of the meals I'd taken on, because it didn't state what I actually had the source of protein with. So he said, he told me what we can go with. If I'm still feeling hungry, we can look to change it up a little bit. If he knows if I'm not liking something on the meal plan, I contact him, he changes it, we have a look at it. If I'm feeling hungry during the day because something's not filling me up, I can have another chat to him, and it's brilliant. It really is.
Yeah, fantastic. That's good to hear. And for anyone on the fence, there'll be people who are watching maybe this video and making the decision of potentially joining the programme. What would you say to anyone who's on the fence or unsure about coaching? One I get a lot is people who have tried past PTs or different things in the past. What would you say to anyone who's on the fence?
I would say, at the end of the day, I've tried this a few times.
Yeah, you were actually someone who was on the fence at the start as well, James, if I remember right.
yeah. I was umming and ahhing as to what to do, because at the end of the day, it's a commitment you've got to make, but you've got to realise that if it's going to help you, then you've got to help. How can I put it this way? You've got to ask somebody's help sometimes to help yourself.
Yeah.
And it's all right saying, I'm going to go and do this and I'm going to go and do that, because at the end of the day, you can go on the internet and you can look up a program, you can look up a training regime, you can look up food, you can track your food to think what you're doing right. But unless you've got, I think, that accountability of somebody coming on to you and saying, right, where are we at this week? Yeah. What are you doing? I wish I'd have found this plan years ago.
Yeah.
I think is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Because, everything would have changed.
Yeah, 100%. It's all about that sustainability as well, which is what we harp on. I think, James, you've lost close to 10 kilos already so far in the 3 months that you've been on, and you feel it's, correct me if I'm wrong, you feel this is a sustainable approach that you can do long term as well.
Yeah, I think because you can switch the food around, you're not eating the same food all the time. You can experience with certain meals. If you don't like it, at the end of the day, you don't make it again. You find something else. It's not thinking.
There's always going to be a few frogs you kiss in there.
yeah. And if you fall off plan and you fall off track, at the end of the day, we're all human. We're going to do it.
Yeah.
But it's how you react to it, and I think that's the difference. Because as coaches, people are going to fall off the wagon, because at the end of the day, you do it yourselves. Yeah. So it's that that honest approach to it, to say, look, yeah, it's happened, shit happens, get on with it.
And the sun by no means shines out my arse. I will say that. James, thank you so much for that feedback as well. Really appreciate it. These do massively help. For anyone watching, that was James's honest opinion of it. He's made some incredible progress in the plan so far, and been an absolute joy to work with as well, James. Thank you very much, James.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.